Hey everybody, it's Julie at the Ponaluna site giving you a heads up for November 5th with our 1st through 3rd grade kids. This is a new month and our theme is gratitude, which fits in nicely with the Thanksgiving holiday this month. We're defining that as letting others know you see how they've helped you. And this week specifically, we're focusing on celebrating how God has helped us and thanking Him for things in our life. So our bottom line is celebrate what God has done. And your Bible story is from Psalm chapter 100, verses 1 through 5. This is a psalm of thanksgiving. So a great way to start off the month and our focus. Before you serve, please pray for the kids and pray for yourself and for the volunteer team that you're serving with. Maybe that's on Saturday, maybe that's on Sunday morning as you're driving here, but take a few minutes to pray some specific things for the kids that you are connected with and that God would work through you while you serve. And then as kids are coming into the room, your early arriver question is to ask them what the best celebration ever would include. So today is all about celebrating what God has done, so we want to get them thinking about those ideas early on. What would the best celebration include, and even has anyone ever thrown them a celebration that they could talk to you about? So getting them thinking about that idea. For this month, we are testing out not doing the introductory activity. So after, so at like 9:40 or 11:10, that 10 minutes after all the kids are here, you're going to want to engage them while they're coming in with those conversation starters, like I just said, and then start your video right away. So not taking the time for the introductory activities. They're really fun and we like them, but we were just wondering if we're running out of enough time for the things that really matter, the application parts at the end. So we're trying that this month. Let Selena and I know what you think about that, if it's working, if you like it, if you don't, whatever, let us know. So at that 10-minute mark, you're going to get the kids near the front. You're going to watch your video, do your memory verse together, and then go back to your small group area. Your first activity is a little bit of a stretch this week. I thought about not doing this, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully it's worth it. These are called celebration launchers, and this is I'm just going to show you the final product to save a little time, okay? Toilet paper tube, balloon, duct tape, and confetti. Yeah, I said confetti. This is your instruction sheet. So you it says to cut the balloon in half, maybe even 3/4. Then you tape it to the toilet paper tube. You put your confetti in and you pull it back to launch it. Pretty fun. There's stickers and markers, the kids can decorate them. I used the bacon duct tape. It looked pretty cool. One little trick as I was doing it, you want to make sure that the confetti gets pushed down into the balloon part. If it's up here in the tube, it doesn't do anything. So let's see. Here's the test. See if I got it. I gotta push it down a little bit more. My finger doesn't quite fit all the way down there. So here we go. Not too bad. And then you can push it down again. And you can get the rest out. My pieces are a little big too, I bet. Okay, that one was a dud. But there we go. You get the idea. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And anyway, I skipped ahead a little bit. You're not going to do that right away. That's the final product. What you're going to do is give the kids a piece of construction paper. They don't need a huge amount. You could even give them a small piece. They could have multiple colors. Have them write on there some things that they are thankful for. So like like I said, I did mine a little big. I would say maybe even give them just little tiny squares. If you want to cut them ahead in advance, or if they want to rip them into pieces and then write on it, they could do that. But start with that. Don't do the confetti part first. Have them make their confetti out of things that they're grateful for, things that they're thankful for, and you might need to prompt them a little bit with that. Then I would probably give them one piece at a time. There's enough that kids could share this sheet. I would put the sheet out and say, this is what we're going to make. Let's start with the toilet paper tube. And so you get the tube, they can decorate it. Okay, now let's do our balloons. Set your tube aside. Everybody get a balloon. Cut it. Great. Now let's do the tape. Let's tape it. Okay, cool. Now let's put your confetti in and have fun, and really have fun and enjoy doing it with them. Don't worry about making a mess, whatever. We've got vacuums and rooms. I'm not concerned about a mess, but I want you to have fun with them and enjoy it and just be silly for a little bit and build that relationship with them. Encourage them, because as they're doing their confetti, it's going to mix in with the other kids' confetti too. So bring it back and put it in and say, hey, also when you're done having fun and being silly, just have them put all of that, their confetti and their launcher, in a bag. Boom, it's put away. We're not being as crazy anymore. So that's your cue to help them to calm down and come back. But they're going to get other kids' confetti mixed in with theirs, which is great. And so say, hey, when you get home, look at what some other kids wrote. What were they grateful for? And celebrate that for them too. Thank God for those things later this week. So that is a fun activity. A little bit silly, a little bit messy, but I think it'll be good. Your next one is like a relay race. It's called Focus Your Thanks. We've got a couple of 24-piece puzzles. We've got a bunch of party hats. What you're going to do is you want to divide your group into 2 teams first, then give each team a puzzle. This is Peppa Pig, one of my daughter's favorites. And their first job is to divide the 24 pieces evenly among their team. So some people might have 2, some people might have 3. They have to take the puzzle piece, put it inside the hat, and then go set their prepared hats wherever you tell them to set it, on the other side of the room. Then this is where your relay part comes in. Each team has their hats lined up on one side. One kid runs down. They have to pick up a hat and then put it on without, okay, not over my glasses, put it on without dropping their puzzle piece. Take it back to their team. Whichever team gets their puzzle put together, completed first, is the winner. Okay, so another fun, high energy activity, but this one they get to be moving around, so that would be really good. What you want to do, and maybe even do this before you play the game, if you have their attention better at the beginning, but let them know we don't always see, when you might just see one piece or 2 pieces of the puzzle at a time. You might not know what the whole picture is. It doesn't make sense when you only see one piece. And that's the same thing with God. God knows things. God knows the whole big picture of our life. We only see whatever piece we're in and what has happened before. These new things that are coming at us don't always make sense because we don't see the full picture, but God does, and we can trust Him, and we can celebrate and be grateful and have gratitude for what He has done and what He is doing in our life, just like a puzzle. We can be grateful to have a few pieces, but we can also trust that there are more pieces and that it's all going to come together. It's worded really well in the lesson, so take a couple minutes to review that and put it into your own words. It also prompts you to make it personal and to describe a time when you celebrated something that God has done. So take a couple minutes and think about that for yourself. If you have time, and hopefully you do, I'm not sure how long these activities will take you, but hopefully you'll have time to do the next one. It's called No Matter What. You're going to look up your memory verse, which is 1st-3rd, which is really fun to say, 5:18. You're going to look it up with the kids, read it with them, and then give them one of these squares, rectangles of paper, and have them write the first sentence, which is give thanks no matter what happens. Or if you've got really young first graders, you could maybe say give thanks, or they could say give thanks no matter what. If their handwriting doesn't fit, you can adapt it to the kid. But have them write it on there and then cut or tear out each individual word, add that to their confetti that they made earlier. So now they have things that they're grateful for and part of their memory verse to take home with them and share with their family. And I'm trying to remember, oh, that's right. This is where you could have a conversation a little bit while they're doing this about what are some things that make a bad day. Because not every day is fun. What are the things that would make a bad day? And then it prompts you to make it personal and share about what some of your go-to things are when you're having a tough time. How can we still celebrate God and be grateful even when we're having a bad day or things aren't going well? When we're down in the dumps and finding it hard to have gratitude, we can remember our bottom line that we can celebrate what God has done. So a fun way to connect all that together. Then your last thing is to pray, which is obviously important and valuable. But we want to talk to the kids about, hey, a lot of times when we pray, we're asking God for things or to do things. What if we looked at it a different way? What if we looked at it in terms of celebrating and thanking God and being grateful and having a prayer of celebration? So you can ask them to think of something quietly, think of something that they want to celebrate in a prayer, and then you can pray for them and with them. If they want to pray, that would be cool too. And do that together, focusing again on that idea of celebrating, not asking, but celebrating what God has done. And you want to be ready when our families come in. Every kid should have their launcher and their confetti, and you can say, hey, we talked about celebrating what God has done today. Inside this bag are some things that your child thought that they should celebrate. So you should ask them about the things that they wrote down. So just give them that little prompt to have a conversation, maybe in the car or at lunch on the way home. Give them one of our parent cues, which I thought I had sitting here, but you should know what those are. Give them the parent cue and share something cool about their kid. Everybody loves to hear that. So thanks so much for serving. Let Selena or myself or Brenda or Josh or whoever you serve with, let them know if you have any questions or ideas, and we're excited to see you on Sunday. Thanks.